Culture globalization is the spread and exchange of cultural beliefs, values, practices, and ideas. So, to more understanding about culture globalization, it is a term used to describe how trade and technology have made the world into a more connected and interdependent places. So, when it comes process whereby particular cultures, meanings, ideas, values, and experiences are disseminated throughout the world through a variety of means. So the major among which includes transborder movements of people, popular culture media, and international communication.
In the contemporary world, geopolitical tensions and conflicts continue to shape global affairs. Afghanistan remains a significant area of concern, particularly due to the ongoing conflict between the Afghan government, its allies, and various insurgent groups. This context sets the stage for the story of an undercover CIA operative who finds himself in a precarious situation in hostile territory. The protagonist, let's call him Agent James Sullivan, was deployed to Afghanistan on a covert mission by the CIA. His objective was to gather intelligence on a high-value target associated with a dangerous insurgent group operating in the region. However, through a series of unfortunate events, Sullivan's mission is compromised, and he finds himself trapped deep within enemy-controlled territory. Realizing the gravity of his situation, Sullivan knows that his survival depends on making it to an extraction point in Kandahar, where he hopes to rendezvous with a CIA extraction team to aid him in navigating the treacherous landscape and communicating with the locals. He is accompanied by a skilled Afghan translator named Aisha. As they traverse the rugged Afghan terrain, Sullivan and Aisha face numerous challenges. They encounter hostile combatants from the insurgent group who are determined to eliminate them. The story highlights the dangers faced by individuals working undercover in hostile environments, as well as the resilience and resourcefulness required to navigate such situations. To connect the story to the contemporary world, it is important to note that the conflict in Afghanistan has undergone significant changes since the knowledge cutoff of September 2021. In particular, the US and its allies have officially withdrawn their military forces from the country, which has had a profound impact on the security situation on the ground. The Afghan government and various insurgent groups continue to vie for power and influence, resulting in ongoing violence and instability. The story of Agent Sullivan and his translator takes place in this post-withdrawal period, where the power dynamics and alliances have shifted. It reflects the evolving nature of conflict and the enduring challenges faced by intelligence operatives operating in complex and unpredictable environments. It also underscores the importance of adaptability, local knowledge, and strategic thinking in navigating contemporary geopolitical landscapes.
Relation to contemporary world topic, the movie, Kandahar, is one good sample of the present relationship between US and Iran, because ever since both countries have no formal diplomatic connection that causes a lot of war and destruction. I have two conclusions that the movie can also be related to cultural psychology. First, since it displayed some cities of Afghanistan such as Herat and Kandahar, where we can have a glance of what it is like living in Afghanistan, by having an information about these cities we can visualize the cultural community. Second, the people are the good evidence that we can connect the movie to the topic of cultural psychology. 1. Tom, instead of continuing his flight to London, he accepted the lucrative CIA contract for a job in Herat to have cover his daughter's university expenses. He is a good father that will do anything for his family. 2. Tom's Afghan warlord friend who betrayed and sold him out to Taliban. This only shows that money can buy anything. 3. Mo, the Afghani-American translator, who forgave the man who killed his brother. He showed us that no matter how much someone hurt us, we can still forgive. 4. And Roman, the CIA handler of Tom, while he was on the brink of his death, he recited the Shahada, the Muslim profession of faith and first of the 5 pillars of Islam. An Arabic word means testimony. There is no God but God. Muhammad is the prophet of God. He showed us the true faith, that even we are in the middle of life and death, the God that we believe, must be glorified and praised. In conclusion, the movie, Kandahar, is very relatable and one of the nice action movie I have watched.
Ang istorya ni Kandahar ay binuo mula sa spec script ng dating military intelligence officer na si Michel Lafortune. Nagaganap ang pelikula sa panahon ng mga pagtagas ng Snowden noong 2013 at nag-aalok ng kakaibang pananaw sa mga kaganapan. Si Tom Harris, isang undercover na operatiba ng CIA na nagsasagawa ng isang mapanganib na misyon sa Afghanistan, ay nasa gitnang yugto ng pelikula, kasama ang isang tagasalin ng Afghan. Ang pelikula ay nagsasabi sa kwento kung paano nagtagumpay ang dalawa na makatakas sa piling pangkat ng mga espesyal na pwersa na pinagkatiwala sa pagsubaybay sa kanila at nakarating sa isang lokasyon ng pagkuha ng 400 milyon layo sa Kandahar, Afghanistan. Ang globalisasyon para sa Afghanistan ay ang karaniwang tinatawag na mixed bag. Para sa pag-imbita sa mga internasyonal na katawan na magbigay ng tulong kaluwagan at seguridad ay nangangahulugan ng patuloy na pagtaas ng impluwensyang pampolitika na ginagamit ng mga dayuhang bansa at institusyon. Ang estado ng Afghanistan ay nakakita ng pare-pareho at matagal na mga salungatan sa buong kasaysayan nito. Ang politikal at panlipunang tanawin nito ay naapektuhan ng patuloy na pakikibaka upang makamit ang kapangyarihan sa pamamagitan ng mga warlord na nakikipagdigma. Tahanan ng maraming etsinidad, ang salungatan sa Afghan ay nakaapekto rin sa iba't ibang mga grupong etniko nang hindi katumbas ng maraming etnikong minorya naging biktima. Ang paghihirap sa ekonomiya na sinamahan ng mahigpit na mga pamantayan at pagpapahalaga sa lipunan ay lahat ay nag-ambag sa isang lumiliit na estado na may bahid ng tunggalian. Ang Afghanistan, bago ang bukang liwayway ng modernismo, ay tahanan ng isa sa mga kilalang imperyo sa kasaysayan. Dito matatagpuan ang mga pinunong lumusob sa mayamang kapatagan ng India sa paghahanap ng lupang taniman para sa pagtatanim at likas na yaman nito.
Global events are still shaped by geopolitical wars and tensions, with Afghanistan being a major source of worry. CIA agent James Sullivan, who is operating undercover, is imprisoned in an area that the enemy controls and needed to be extracted by a team from agency. He is accompanied by Aisha, an accomplished Afghan translator who aids him in negotiating the perilous terrain. The narrative demonstrates the risk posed by people working covertly in hostile areas as well as the resiliency and inventiveness needed to get through such circumstances. The post-withdrawal phase in Afghanistan illustrates the dynamic character of the fight and the difficulties intelligence agents face in unforeseen and difficult circumstances. In order to successfully navigate the modern geopolitical environments, the story underlines the value of adaptation, local knowledge, and strategic thinking.
Refugees and displacement. Kandahar explores the plight of refugees and the challenges they face. In the contemporary world, the issue of forced displacement is still prevalent, with millions of people fleeing their homes due to conflicts, political instability, and humanitarian crises. The movie highlights the difficulties faced by refugees, the risks they take, and the urgent need for international attention and assistance. Gender inequality and women's rights. The film sheds light on the oppressive treatment of women under the Taliban regime. It portrays the severe restrictions placed on women's freedom, education, and basic rights. Unfortunately, gender inequality and violations of women's rights continue to be a significant concern in many parts of the world. Kandahar serves as a reminder of the ongoing struggles for gender equality and the importance of empowering women. Cultural and religious extremism. The Taliban's strict interpretation of Islam is a central theme in the movie. It highlights the dangers of religious extremism and the potential consequences of imposing a narrow interpretation of religious doctrine on a society. In the contemporary world, religious extremism and radicalization remain significant global challenges, as they can lead to violence, terrorism, and the erosion of human rights. Humanitarian intervention. Kandahar indirectly raises questions about humanitarian intervention and the role of the international community in addressing crises. The protagonist's journey reflects the urgent need for international assistance and support to alleviate the suffering of those affected by conflict and oppression. This theme is relevant today as the world continues to grapple with issues such as the Syrian refugee crisis, conflicts in Yemen and Myanmar, and other humanitarian emergencies. Cross-cultural understanding and empathy. The film portrays the interaction between the Afghan protagonist and Iranian characters, highlighting the importance of cross-cultural understanding and empathy. In the contemporary world, with increasing globalization and interconnectedness, it is crucial to foster understanding and empathy between different cultures and societies to promote peace and cooperation.